Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. This video is to talk about and remind everybody to get prepared for winter. I know this video is a little late for some of us, right? We've been in the snow and the cold already, dealing with the things we got to deal with. I'm currently in Minnesota right now, and it is probably 15 degrees outside right now. There's probably 10 inches of fresh snow on the ground right now, if not more. If you guys, this video was recorded, this weekend we had snow-nado go through, all the tornadoes down south, like Missouri, Kentucky, all that, and then, 15 inches of snow in Minneapolis area. So, it got me thinking. I went from driving in tornadoes down south to getting back up here to the house, and it's currently, I don't know, in the teens outside, and, a foot and a half of snow, a little over a foot of snow. I'm currently at the yard. I got to go dig my car out in the middle of the night. It's going to be fun. Let's do this video first, though. Let's get to the reminders and the things I think about when I'm driving. I'm going to give you some reminders on here. If there's anything I forgot, by all means, put them in the comments. As long as you're respectful, I do appreciate the comments. If you want to tell me I'm dumb, plenty of people do it. Get in line. I ain't worried about it. If you got some hate, I love Haterade. It's one of my favorite drinks. Get down there and just get triggered and let your blood boil, because I promise you, you won't get me upset. I'm too blessed. I'm too blessed to get upset. You know what I mean? Things are too good. So you can try, but you can't trigger me in the comments. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on with it. So number one thing I think you should have in your truck, and this is in no particular order. I shouldn't say number one. The first thing on my list is a set of jumper cables. Come on. It's just a good idea to have some jumper cables. Now, I recommend a good gauge. I think mine are 2 gauge. Maybe. I don't know. Check the gauge. Make sure you get a good gauge, because you got a lot of energy going through jumping these trucks and doing things like that. If you've got a reefer unit on your truck, 16 foot minimum, because when you've got 2 things with batteries and alternators, you could really help yourself out by having a set of jumper cables that'll go from one to the other. Now, I currently 16 foot cables is what I have, and they will go from my batteries to my reefer unit, and even if the battery's on either side. So I checked that, to make sure I can get to the batteries. Like the reefer unit I got now, the battery's on the driver's side, so it gets to that no problem. But I have had, I think Thermo Kings have some of them where the battery is on the passenger side. So keep that in mind. Get yourself a good set of jumper cables. Make sure those don't have the little plastic clamps. I have trouble with those not hanging on good and tight, Second thing on the list is get yourself some of that really good washer fluid. That 25 below stuff. You can get it at Menards for like $2 a jug. You don't have to buy it at, I was at the Petro earlier. The negative 25 degree stuff was $5 a jug. Come on, you ain't getting me like that. I like the Rain-X, be honest with you. I like that orange Rain-X. That stuff usually goes down pretty good negative temperature, and to me, that stuff takes the diesel film off the windshield really well, and puts that, I guess because it coats it with Rain-X or whatever. So, when you clean your windshield with the thing at the truck wash, the pole with the squeegee on it, what happens is people touch that with their diesel-covered gloves, and then when they hold it up, the washer fluid runs down, gets on the handle, and then when they throw it back in the bucket, the windshield wiper fluid runs back down to the bucket with a little bit of diesel in it, and we all know a little bit of diesel goes a long way in a bucket of water. And also, For me, what I do is usually around like October, I'll intentionally start using a lot of wiper fluid just to run out the summertime stuff if I've got summertime stuff in there. If you don't want to run it out intentionally, just get yourself a bottle of rubbing alcohol, pour it in there, isopropyl, whatever. I got a jug back there. I didn't use it this year, but you used to be able to get that stuff for like $1 at the dollar store. But since, the C word happened, the vid, ever since that happened, that stuff's a little bit more expensive. So use that sparingly. The third thing on the list is anti-gel. Make sure you got anti-gel. Here where I'm leased on at, it never fails. We have a story of, some guy that lives in, Mississippi or Louisiana, and he comes to Minnesota in like November, and it's 70 degrees down there, and it's 15 here, and he gets about to Iowa, and then he gels up. So put some anti-gel in your life. If you don't know, get the Fuel Ox anti-gel. Comes in a little bottle. Check it out. Use promo code DIY. Hit up my brother there. Use his promo code. 15% off. It's good stuff. I use it daily. Not the anti-gel daily, but when I need it, I do. So anti-gel, and also I recommend keep you at least one bottle of the Rescue 911 or the Fuel Ox equivalent. I can't remember what it's called, but keep you something like that in there just in case you do happen to gel up. You can put a little bit of that in your Davco, put the rest in the tanks, and crank her until hopefully you push it through, or your wax starts to dissipate, and you don't burn your starter out, hopefully. But I used to have Peterbilt 579s with the Packard engine, and those things used to be the worst for gelling up. And the Peterbilt dealership I was leasing the truck from used to tell me that's just the way they are. I would buy blended fuel and put anti-gel in it, but the truck would sit for 2 or 3 days in the Minnesota winter and be gelled up. And they would tell me just crank on that bad boy until she fires. And that's what I used to do. It used to be 15 minutes of sitting there just rah, 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 rah. The thing would kick on, you've overheated your starter. So I guess they knew what was going on there because they put that little warning on there for us. But anti-gel and stuff like, keep it on you. Keep it on you. The next one goes with the anti-gel. Filters in a wrench. Might not hurt to keep a wrench for that Davco and an extra fuel filter in there. Fuel ain't what she used to be. Let's say it like that. Even this blended fuel in the winter, you're playing roulette. Did the guy that dumped the fuel, did he put the right amount of anti-gel in the tank when he dumped the fuel at the truck stop? Who knows? So, for me, I usually try to buy, because I live in Minnesota, I try to buy my fuel like Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa in the winter. That way I know I'm getting blended fuel. If I go out east, Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, it's all good. Because you're going to get blended fuel. With that blended fuel, you're probably good to like 0. When we start getting below 0, I will put extra anti-gel in just because I want to make sure, I don't want to be stranded because the guy that dumped the fuel at the truck stop didn't mix the right amount of anti-gel in, You know what I'm saying? So, the next one, put some chains in your truck. Chains. If you go where chains are required, put chains in your truck. I currently do not have chains in my truck. I am thinking about, I've noticed they've started carrying the auto socks at some Loves, and I've seen them at, maybe it was a Petro I was in today. I started seeing them. So if I can find them for my super singles, I'm going to buy one or two. And not because I plan on running where it's bad, but if I get stuck somewhere, you know, I can get myself unstuck. But I don't plan on buying them to run it. But if you run the western states, get to know your chain laws. It will do you very well to get to know those chain laws and where you need them and where you don't, how many you got to have. Just one of the many reasons I don't play out there, because you know it would take me forever to learn all that stuff. The next one, new wiper blades. Now's a great time of year to change your wiper blades. I always like to buy the ones. I think I get them at the shop at Petro is normally where I can find them. You can buy them elsewhere, but I think the brand is Advantage. I like to get the winter blades. I've got some new ones back here in the side box. I got to get those put on this weekend. It's just a good time of year. I bought them maybe a month ago. Just, you know, been putting them on. But I like those because they got that vinyl cover over them, and that helps keep the snow from building up on them. But it's a good time of year to replace your wiper blades right now. Your other ones have made it through summer. They've served you well, but they're probably getting a little dry rotted from summer. And get some good ones, because you're fixing to be putting some washer fluid to them. Also, while I'm thinking of it with the washer fluid, let me remind you, if you're in Minnesota, make sure you got washer fluid in your truck. That's one of their little pet peeves in the winter, is make sure your truck will spray washer fluid on the windshield. It is a safety hazard if you can't, because with the salt and everything, the road, grime and the beet juice they put on the bridges, when that gets on your windshield, you can't see out. So you need to be able to wash your windshield. So that is a Minnesota pet peeve. I know every time I've been inspected in Minnesota, that's like the first thing they ask. Hit that washer fluid. So make sure you got some in there. Keep an extra jug in the truck, be prepared. So that goes along with the wiper blades a little bit. Now, next thing, the last thing on the list, and like I said, if I forgot anything, be sure to leave it in the comments to help everybody out and me, in case I forgot something just totally obvious. But I think the other one you need to have is a large hammer. A large hammer. A 16-ounce claw hammer ain't going to unstick brakes that have been frozen overnight. They're just not. Matter of fact, let me push in my air valve there, because I pulled in here, parked, and popped my trailer brakes, which I shouldn't have done. Mine might be stuck come Monday morning when I get ready to leave out, but I got myself a 3-pound mini sledgehammer from Menards. Fiberglass handle. I think they're like $13 or something like that. They're not much. I think you can even buy them at some truck stops now. You want about at least a 3-pound sledgehammer. You want something that, when you give it a good hit, you want it to ring, because if that thing's froze up good, you're gonna be there for a while. You don't want to be laying in the snow doing that, or you don't want to be dragging tires and putting flat spots, or possibly even popping tires. It's not where you want to be. It's not a good look in the winter. With that small hammer, you'll just be out there dinging and dinging and dinging all day. I got me, if you go to Menards, they have a mini sledge that's got a pointed side on it, and it's got a regular sledgehammer on the other side. It's got a fiberglass handle with a big heavy rubber grip. I recommend one of those. That thing is nice, because it's not like the wood handle when you go to beating on it, you're going to feel all that vibration in your cold hand. That rubber grip really is nice. But that's my tips for winter. I'll have another video here in a couple weeks about winter gear. Personal stuff you should wear. This is about stuff for the truck. So if you leave a comment, make sure it's about stuff for the truck, and then you can leave your personal gear comment on the next video if you would, please. Thanks for helping everybody out. Take care of each other out there. I appreciate everybody watching. Check out that description down below for the Cassius King merch tent. You know, chillax by the merch tent, dog. I won't be there, but, you know, hang out there. Check out that Mudflap as well. Sorry, I had a minor brain freeze there. Check out that Mudflap app down there as well. I got other stuff going on. Check out that description. A lot of stuff down there. A lot of stuff. Maybe even a link to a hammer down there. I may put some Amazon affiliate links in for this video for some of this stuff I'm talking about. Take care of each other. God bless.